Artist deals and settlements. Are you an artist, manager, tour manager, booking agent, tour accountant, or are you aspiring to be in either one of those careers in the future? If you are, you should know how deals and settlements work. So today, we're going to talk about the big one, the promoter profit deal. This is probably the most complicated deal you're going to encounter. This is probably going to be the quadratic equation of deals and settlements, but this is a deal that a lot of the big promoters that you may have known, I'm not going to name any names, but a lot of the big promoters use these types of deals most often today. If you've watched any of the previous videos, the percentage of guarantee versus percentage of net deal, so I have it written as percentage of net, but usually with a guarantee is another deal they typically use, but this is the most common, the most traditional type of deal. So let's take a look. So, a lot of words here. Artist receives $5,000 guarantee plus 85% of net after expenses, 6.5% state sales tax, $1 per ticket facility fee, and 15% promoter profit. So, big thing that's different about this one, now we have expenses we have to consider. So keeping it simple, some expenses for this example is going to be a house nut. So usually the house nut is something that promoters will use for very easy math, and it kind of covers everything. It covers the production, it covers security, it covers the box office, it covers everything. We're going to keep it simple here. I only listed a few expenses. So we're using a house nut, or this could be like a rental fee. Then there's production, security, support. Support is your openers, right? If you have openers on the show. Hospitality, parking. Other expenses I didn't use for this example, just to keep things simple, is marketing. That's a really big expense. And that's something that's called a variable expense that you usually have to back up with receipts when you're doing settlement. And usually everything you really have to back up with receipts. Hospitality you have to back up, parking. If you keep things easy, you want to include security, production, your box office, so that's another expense that could be on here. You want to include all of that in your house nut, because then if you have a house nut, it doesn't really matter how much your expenses are. That's just a number that you're charging the artist to cover all your expenses that you have. So in this scenario, these are the expenses we're using. Our total expenses are $4,100. And I pre-did some math for you. So let's say we did a show where tickets are $20 in advance. And they're 25 day of show. We sold 500 in advance, 500 day of show. That means we sold 1,000 total tickets. 500 times 20 is 10,000. 500 times 25 is 12,500. So our gross, or GBOR, gross box office receipts, is 22,500. So let's take a look what we're going to do next. So looking at the terms of the deal, the first thing we're going to address is the facility fee right here, because that's an adjustment. So we need to make an adjustment to our gross. It's $1 per ticket. We sold 1,000 tickets, right? So put it on here because we need space for this one. Your facility fee, FF, equals $1 times 1,000 tickets, because that's what you sold. So that's $1,000. Okay, we're going to go over here to our box office settlement. We're going to subtract $1,000 for your facility fee. That gives you $21,500. And this is an adjusted gross. Other adjustments you can make, but just to keep things simple, we're only going to work with facility fee, but sometimes artists will have a charity fee. That could be $1 per ticket or whatever they feel like adding to the ticket for the charity fee. So that means $1 from every ticket goes to charity. They could add a fee for an automatic download. So if you buy a ticket, you automatically get a copy of the album. They might add $1 or $2 for that, or it could be up to $10. And also a meet and greet can be an adjustment. So if you sell a $100 meet and greet, but a ticket's only $20, that $80 is an adjustment that's going towards the meet and greet. So to keep things simple, we're just going to work with facility fee. So there's a $1 facility fee. We just took that out. So next, we're going to go on here on our terms, and we're going to address the state sales tax. Get your calculators, no cell phones. You don't want to be distracted. You want to make sure that you're doing these deals correctly. You don't want to be distracted by text messages coming in, social media updates, or any kind of notifications you have on your phone. Plus, save your battery so you can do all the stuff you need to do with your phone later on. All right, so we're going to have 21,500. And again, remember, if you haven't watched any of the previous videos, the tax is already included. We're not adding it on top. If you're adding it on top, you have to multiply. So it'd be this number times the tax, right? We're adding on top. What would it be from the gross? Anyways, sidebar. So the tax is already included, so it becomes a divisor, and when you divide, you have to do the inverse, and when you're doing the inverse, you have to add a 1 in front to get the correct number. So we're going to take 21,500 divided by the sales tax rate. So we're adding a 1 times 0.065. That will give you $20,187.79. This is your NBOR, net box office receipts. Okay, so now normally in the past, we would have taken a percentage from that. But now this is a promoter profit deal, and there's expenses we need to address. So there's expenses that are going to come out of this number. So next on these terms is expenses. So we're going to go over here. So your total expenses are $4,100. Now, an expense you cannot forget, you have a guarantee. Your guarantee is $5,000. So your $5,000 guarantee is also an expense. So we're going to add $5,000 for your artist guarantee. And that gives you $9,100. Okay? So $9,100 are your total expenses. So let's take a look at our terms. The next thing we need to address is the promoter profit. So the promoter gets a 15% profit from the total expenses, which includes the guarantee. So we're taking this out next. So our total expenses are $9,100 times 0.15 times 0.15, which is your promoter profit. That equals 1,365. Okay, that's promoter profit percentage. So now what we need to do, we need to figure out what is our split point. So split point is at what point of the deal do you hit a bonus? That's called your split point. So let's go over here. Split point. And that equals your total expenses, I'm going to abbreviate here, plus promoter profit, right? So you're going to take this number, which is your total expenses, plus this number, which is your promoter profit percentage. So we got here 9,100 plus 1,365. That gives us 10,465. This is your split point. So now what we're going to do, we're going to figure out how much money is left over to share. So take a quick mental note of the deals. I'm going to need some more space. So the next thing we're going to address is the percentage, the 85%, okay? And if you're watching this, I'm in the description, I'm going to write the terms of the deal. So in case you don't have this on the board, you can read it in the description of this video. All right. So now we're going to your share amount. How much are you going to share? And that equals your NBOR minus your split point. So your NBR is right here, 20,187.79. Minus your split point, 10,465. That's going to give us 9,722.79. So this is how much we're sharing. So the promoter and the artist are sharing this amount. So remember, in the terms, the artist gets 85%, right? So the artist bonus equals share amount times 85%. That will always be given to 85%. That's an industry standard number. Sometimes it can be 80, sometimes it can be 70, but industry standard is 85. Now, one quick little thing. When you come to here, your share amount, your MBOR and your split point. If your MBOR is less than your split point, you're going to have a negative number. If you have a negative number, there is no bonus. Your promoter probably lost money and they're going to come crying. Been in that boat very many times, but luckily there's money left over, so there is something to share. So the MBR is greater than your split point, which means there's something to share. So that share amount was 9,722.79. Let's put that in here. Times 0.85, and that gives us $8,264.37. One more thing now. Total artist pay is going to be your guarantee plus your bonus. So that'd be $5,000, put 5K, plus your 8,264.37. Probably could have done it in my head. It's 13,264.37. That is your total artist pay. So yes, this was confusing. There's a lot of steps. If you're watching this video, in the description, we're going to have steps on how to do it. There's about 10 steps on how to settle this kind of deal. If you have a few practice runs, we'll also have a link to the website where you can download sample problems. So we'll have all the different types of deals that you've seen in these videos, and you'll get tons of examples. So just follow the link in the description, and thank you all for watching.